Last thing on the ticket, as we tick over nearly an hour and 20 minutes, the return of the Australian Women's Ice Hockey League. I love the AW. You love the AW. We commentate the AW. We're commentating Saturday's game. It's going to be an absolute barn burner. You've got a top of the table clash. Melbourne Ice, who sit on top, and the Perth Inferno, who sit second. Melbourne Ice will travel to Perth and face the Perth Inferno. I'm pretty pumped to have AW back. It just feels like it's been so long since we've had AW hockey. So I'm really looking forward to seeing these two teams. And it could be a 12-goal, barn burner, or it could be, a 3-2 scoreline. Who knows what's going to happen? But I think it's going to be electric hockey.
We saw the last game we commentated was between Perth and Adelaide. 17 goals and no team held more than a 1-goal lead. Like, there was so many lead changes. Like, it was good hockey. I mean, if you like defensive hockey, maybe watch a different game. But that was electric. That was such good hockey, and the quality, like the goals scored, were pretty unreal. Molly Lakoviak netting the winner with 30 seconds left. Beautiful wrist shot, top cheddar. What more could you want? So I think this is 1v2 now. Perth has a chance to go top of the standings for the first time ever after a round. At the conclusion of a round, they took top spot temporarily until the Melbourne defeated Sydney later on the Sunday afternoon. So big stakes. I know Perth are eager to kind of stamp their championship credentials. We talked with head coach Curtis Cloister today. Was it today? And he was like, this could be game of the season. Graham Hyde yesterday, when we chatted with him, said the same. He expects these two games this weekend to be the games of the season. So a lot to play for.
And there is a few. So the two teams are missing a couple of players. I think Perth is missing one. Ice are missing a couple.
Charlize Nabatsis for the Inferno and Tara Baker and Amelia Grigaliunas for the Ice.
Yeah. So there's a few players missing between the two teams, but I don't think it's going to. I don't think it's going to affect the two teams too much. They'd obviously like to have them on the roster and available, but they've got the U18s. How do you think it's going to play out? Who do you think's going to win? You think it'll be a split? You think Perth might sweep it? The Ice will sweep it? How do you think it's going to fall?
The safe bet is to say a split. I don't know, because Melbourne are pretty dangerous. You look at the forwards that they've got, and they've got some great goaltenders on the roster. I mean, I think they've got three great goaltenders in Piers Best and Carson. I don't know which two will be traveling with the team. Perth with Sasha King and Net are pretty tough to beat at the moment. She's got to be the informed goaltender of the competition. I'd say Perth gets at least one. Maybe Perth sweeps. I'm gonna be hated. People are gonna hate me, but I reckon I'm gonna say Perth sweeps this weekend.
Yeah, I don't know how it's going to fall, to be honest. I know the Ice are putting a lot of attention into their defensive game, and it seems like the Inferno. Well, watching the Adelaide game especially, it felt like the Inferno were looking for that stretch pass through the neutral zone, and it always seemed like they had someone sort of looking to break clear, whether or not it was Salmons or someone like that. So it'll be interesting to see how the Melbourne Ice sort of try and negate that. I don't know. I honestly don't know, GG. I think the Ice are definitely good enough to go over there and get a result. But coming off the back of the Adelaide weekend, I might go with you and say Perth are going to sweep the weekend. Although there is a big question mark, I think, on when you come out of like extended break for both teams. Are they going to be rusty? Things like that. We know that the Inferno haven't had a lot of ice time for training since they last played. So how is that going to affect them? Who knows?
Yeah, I mean we're gonna look like idiots either way. So, but Sean O'Connor, thank you. He's backing me. You reckons Perth sweep? And Phil Taylor, bit of shade at you, Doogie. Usually you're sitting on the fence. I'm gonna just twist his words a little bit. Brave call. What do you reckon, Phil? Come on, Phil. You're plugged in. You watch a lot of hockey. What's your pick? I know he was at the games down in Melbourne for the Inferno.
Just before we go, GG.
Oh yeah.
So I've gone to that now.
Oh, you're on a second. God.
Yeah, that's why I walked off before. So I've had a couple of beers, and then after I finish this podcast, I'm going to head off to the gym, get a gym session in, and that'll do me for the night.
I've finished this one beer, and I'm already like that's enough for me. I'm such a lightweight when it comes to drinking. Honestly, such a lightweight.
Well,
Phil Taylor hedging here, most likely a split series.
Yeah, Phil doesn't want to upset anyone.
Yeah, he
knows
what side his bread is buttered.
He needs rink access for those photos.